Welcome back to Tiny T Gaming. This is my video comparing Sengoku Dynasty and Bellwright. Now, as you can see straight away, the combat is massively different just from the fighting style. Obviously, the settings are completely different as well. One is in an alternate medieval world and one is in feudal Japan. So obviously there will be completely different fighting styles and different armors, which makes complete sense, and it is nice and refreshing to have a game in feudal Japan compared to just effectively Western Europe constantly, or even Central or Eastern Europe for the medieval ages. But one thing that is different is that even from the start you can muster your companions and your villagers within Bellwright to come and fight for you, regardless of the kit or their skills. Whereas in Sengoku Dynasty, all of the combat is done on yourself, as in you have to go and fight everything yourself, and so it takes quite a lot longer to clear out the bandit camps, especially the large ones, and it is more of a challenge. Challenge is good, but it would be nice to be able to muster my villagers or my people to fight for me, just to make the game a little bit more smoother. I don't know if that's simply something I haven't unlocked yet, or it's just not available within the game, but it is something I'm noticing because it is making the game that bit harder. So that is just the combat there. That is my thoughts on how you go and clear out the bandits and your enemies, and then how you can progress from there. Now, from there, the crafting and the resource farming is very similar. You go out, you make items out of wood and stone, and then you progress from there. The wildlife is very similar as well. Wolves, bears, boar. I don't actually know if there are any bears in Bellwright, not that I've seen anyway, but there is a lot of similarities there. And then with regards to how much of a challenge they are, it's about the same, only that the bears are harder in Sengoku Dynasty compared to any of the other wildlife within Bellwright, but that's fine. It's good to have a challenge. The management as well, the management of your village, your settlement, is reasonably similar, although with Bellwright it auto allocates free workers, whereas you assign a worker, I believe it's like medieval Dynasty, you assign a worker to a trade, a job, and you tell them how much of whatever you want them to make, which is similar to Bellwright, you know, saying how much of an output you want from a product or a production line. But the micromanagement is a bit thicker, or heavier I should say, and the requirements I would say are higher. There's no, well, I haven't unlocked it yet, but from what I've seen, there's no sort of research available. You can pay to unlock certain buildings or recipes, and others you simply have to progress through the game to unlock, so you have to boost your dynasty. From there, I haven't really done anything with the surrounding settlements as of yet, but you can do quests for their own villagers, their own citizens, very similar to Bellwright in that, and you can then go and make use of their traders, their resource deposits. Like, you can go and mine in one village because they have an iron mine. They have a mine anyway, a mine shaft effectively. But you still have to, just like Bellwright, regardless of how much you can trade, you do have to go and make stuff yourself. You can't just buy it all, which is good. So they're quite similar in that respect. These two games are very similar in a lot of respects, but there are a few glaring differences, mainly the combat style, and then the your ability to muster an army is hugely different. It would be really good if you could muster, like, I don't know, 10 samurai eventually as you progress through the game. That'd be quite cool, but yeah, it's just food for thought really. But after that, I would say the next biggest thing is the map and the how you move around as well. Now, with both games, you will find that you are running around a lot, but unlocking the ability to fast travel is quite it's not just straight away, or it's not as soon as it would be compared to Bellwright. So you tend to find, especially in this early game where I am now, you will be running around a lot, and it does take a while. You can auto run, so just let them run, but then obviously you need to keep an eye on it in case you get jumped by animals or bandits. And as you push down into the south of the map, you'll find that the bandits are a lot harder to fight, and you'll get 2v1'd really easily, and then you're dead within seconds. So similar to Bellwright, where as you progress through the map and you push out further from your home settlement, the bandits are more of a challenge. They're much more competent, their armor's better, their weapons are better, and their AI works better as well. Probably better in the sense of their fight style and how aggressive they are compared to the Bellwright NPCs, which are often sitting ducks if you have a bow and arrow, so that's less of a challenge, I would say, with Bellwright. But this game is definitely more of a challenge in a lot of respects to Bellwright. The crafting is easier, mostly anyway, especially in the early stage compared to Bellwright, but with Sengoku Dynasty you will find that you need more of everything, and the micromanagement's harder, and you will constantly be like, oh, why don't I have any bows made? And then they don't have any rope, and they don't have any rope because they've not made any straw. And like, I haven't worked out how to get my villagers making straw yet from grass, so I have to go in and do it. And I had to go in and cook loads of food until I'd upgraded a home's fireplace. I mean, I know that's not the right word for it, but yeah, I had to upgrade it to make it into an actual workstation effectively, so that I could assign someone to it. And then their output is limited, they won't just work all day on whatever. You have to allocate, you want 10 steaks, 10 bits of cooked fish, 10 bits of whatever, and it's good. It's a good change, especially after I put so long into Bellwright. But both games do take a lot of time, as you can quickly see. Choosing your fast travel as well, fast traveling from your settlement to friendly settlements, it actually costs you in-game currency, so it's not expensive, but that's one to keep in mind, because whereas in Bellwright making the signposts costs you renown, there's no fee after that. So as well as that as well, where within Bellwright, if you're killed or knocked unconscious, whatever you want to look at, like, you lose your inventory apart from what was in your slots, so like your sword, your shield, whatever, but there's no other penalty. Whereas with Sengoku Dynasty you have a financial penalty, so if you're killed quite far away, I think most have been charged for dying, it was like 110 quid, whatever it was called, so then 110 coins, so then that was quite a lot when I only had like $1,000 on me. So I've lost over 10% of my available cash, and I then need to eat up again, sleep, give it time so that my character heals up fully before I can then go out and about and crack on. Now, I don't think that's a bad difference. I think it's more of a challenge, because often, and you'll have seen it if you've watched any of my Bellwright videos, when I was killed, I would just rinse and repeat, quickly eat something, go out, pick up another weapon, another shield once you've got to a certain point, and then from there I'd go and get it done. Whereas now I'm more conscious of dying and the repercussions of when I do, so I try not to take on enemies that aren't too hard, and that are too hard, and I try to just go out, come back, do set things instead of just roaming around constantly. So there is a difference, whereas with Bellwright you can just roam around. And also the family dynamic is different, as you can see now. You do have the option to get married, have children and heirs, and then that will lead on in-game to have good repercussions, whereas Bellwright doesn't offer that mechanic, so that is just one to keep in mind. But But overall, I would say they've got a lot of similarities, but there's some glaring differences which do make the games quite unique, and it is quite enjoyable to have the contrast. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Stay around for new videos weekly as much as I can, and I will see you in the next one.